Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Shadow of Mordor. Today we're going to be collecting all of the artifacts, and I'm going to be showing you guys in a separate video what each of these artifacts reveals and kind of the little cutscene or rather bit of dialogue that they show you. So I'm going to cut ahead to each one of these, we're going to collect them, and in the next episode I'll show you that. So be sure to stick around for more. We're going to be doing all the collectibles, we're going to be doing all the side missions, and they will be organized into their own separate sets of videos. So if you need help with any of those, be sure to stick around. Here we go. So our first one is located right over here. Which is right here on the ground. All right. These artifacts hold memories of Mordor. Use the right mouse button and left mouse button to look for the memory. Press the X button to reveal it. I'm going to go ahead and look for it, and then in the next part, I'm going to show you guys what the actual dialogue bit is. So we've collected that one. On to the next one.
They are tough and they're not stupid. We underestimated our enemies.
They are forged for one purpose: to destroy the world of men.
Alright, so this next one can be a little bit trickier to notice. It's actually back here inside of this cave, and we're gonna have to get around this guy in order to get to it. Shouldn't be too hard. Just boost our way through. He didn't notice me. Go ahead and climb. It's way back towards the back. There's actually orcs in here as well. Here we are.
Stay out of my way.
So it's a serpentine blade. Let's go ahead and find. There it is.
How can man hope to stand against these Uruk? They are filled with such pure hate.
We will teach them the meaning of fear, and in that we will give hope to Middle-earth.
Alright guys, our next artifact is located down here in the Derang Wastes, and it's located inside of this cave, so let's go take a look. Shoot the weakened wall. And here's our artifact. Well, here it is. We've got the graven idol representing Morgoth. And there's our memory.
Morgoth, the first Dark Lord of Middle-earth.
The great enemy. Sauron was his servant, and was loyal to the end and beyond.
Alright guys, so our next artifact is located here in the Derang Keep Stronghold. We're located right here on the northern side, so we're going to go in there and grab the artifact. So I'm just on the outskirts here. You want to go around and go right through the middle of the fortress, where you're going to find some Caragors, and you want to slip in here. Here we are. Got the rusted horn. Looks like a... Let's see. X marks the spot. We're getting closer. Oh, there it is.
Deerhile said that he saw ghosts on the dead marshes. I thought he just saw his own fear.
The sleepless dead, the shadow men, the dead ones. Mordor calls to them all.
Alright guys, well our next one is located here in the Derang Outskirts Stronghold. So you want to go into this little alcove right behind the Stronghold. You probably will have to climb up a building in order to get back here, or you can slip through the middle here. And here it is.
It was a waste of space anyway.
Look out.
And as I said, we're going to listen to those in a separate video.
This grog they have is a harsh but effective medicine.
These Uruk truly are twisted reflections of my kin.
Alright guys, our next artifact is located in the Udun crossing and is inside of a cave back here, so you can fast travel over to this forge tower in order to get there. I'm just gonna run back in here. Dodge the orcs. Bye. And an ability. Gonna go up into the cave. Shoot through this. And here we are.
Let's tame their crowds. Those things are towers, barely restrained.
Flag captains and Uruk.
Fury.
They're hardly tame.
These slaves are doomed.
No, they are merely going to die. It is we that are doomed.
Alright guys, our next artifact is located again in the Udun crossing. And it's right below this bridge.
Eyes open for that grave walker scum.
Hopefully we can get by without being seen. There we go. Got a basket fragment.
These outcasts were strong to last in Mordor, to survive this wasteland while we occupied the gate.
Yet they are not strong enough to survive the return of the Black Hand. Their only hope lies beyond the Mountains of Shadow.
Alright guys, our next one is still located here in the West Garrison, which is also connected here to the Forge Tower, so we can see everything in Udun Crossing. So the next one is located right in the middle of the Stronghold. And I've gone ahead and gone over there. Let's go ahead and take a look. It's a musty tome.
I promised Yorith we would one day travel the Anduin. When Deerhile was grown, we would go together, and we would behold the pillars of the kings. I hope that Hirgon's people can escape.
I do not know where you shall see your family again. The doom of man is beyond the vision of the elves.
Alright guys, our next artifact is still located here at the West Garrison Stronghold, over in this little corner. You have to climb on top of this platform. As you can see, that's what we're working with on the outskirts. So let's go ahead and pick this one up. Got a horned helmet.
If we could have trusted each other, maybe Hirgon would not have needed to desert us. Maybe together we would have been ready when Sauron returned.
Even without the fell influence of the Dark Lord, mankind shall never know the end of war.
Alright, our next artifact is located in the East Garrison. It's just right up here on top of this cliff face. Let's go ahead and pick this one up.
For years we stood on top of the Black Gate, looking into Mordor, seeing nothing. We were asleep.
The murderous rhythm of the Dark Lord's war machines will awaken all. We must break them.
All right, our next artifact is located here in the Udun Foothills, in this little walkway crevice right here. So here's our surroundings that we're working with. And we're located right over here. Found a strange rock. Looks more like a bone.
There has been no sign of fire on Mount Doom for generations.
I watched Gil-galad die on the slopes of Oladruin, burned to death by the heat of Sauron. This is where the storm will gather that will engulf the world of men.
All right, our next artifact is located here in the Black Gate region. So we're just going to go ahead and pick that up. Here's our surroundings. It's right here under this carcass. A mortar and pestle.
I have lived half my life on the boundary of Mordor, thinking it was dead, never knowing the stories it held.
The Land of Shadow is awakening from a long slumber. It has many stories yet to tell us.
All right, guys, our next one is located here, still in the Blackgate region, back up against the wall here. One of these tall structures. It's right on the bottom of it. Do this before we get spotted.
The dark.
Get some iron shackles.
Lord can see into your head, you know.
These men are not soldiers. They are not ready to die.
All things that live must die. Man alone faces the mystery of what is beyond death.
Our next artifact is still located in the Blackgate region over here on the east side. And it's right on top of this platform. Let's go ahead and pick that up.
For the war chief! Remember who's in.
The last place we want to be is the one place we are doomed to stay. And the outcasts fled into it to escape Gondor.
And it is here that the Dark Lord will gather his armies like pieces on a game board, unless we stop him.
All right, our next artifact is located on the Black Road. And it's right up here next to my current feast. It's right here next to this cliff face. And there's our surroundings. Blade.
No blood of Numenor is in my veins. I am a Northman, an exile. Hallis never let me forget that, and Yorith never cared.
To the Eldar, all men are the followers. Fleeting visitors who soon pass beyond the circles of the world.
All right, guys, our next artifact is located over here in the Uruk's Hollow Stronghold. In order to get there, you're up on top of this platform. You can drop down, climb into this hole. Do that before we get seen. And here it is. A branding iron. Looks painful.
These Uruk have a twisted concept of justice.
It is not justice. It is the constant weeding out of the weak in favor of the strong.
All right, guys, our next one is located here in the Uruk Proving Grounds Stronghold, tucked in the corner here. I was being hunted just a moment ago, but you want to climb the wall here, which is up against the cliff face. Come up into this area. There's a bit of our surroundings. Pick this up before they come up here. Got a tattered note.
Carrick Angren. The iron jaws clamped hard on the people trapped here.
The Dark Lord in all his forms desires sheer domination.
Our next artifact is located here in the southern Udun Pass. Pretty self-explanatory where this one is. It's right next to the cliff face. The Ranger's Reading Primer.
We've given the outcasts a chance to escape Mordor, to reach the safety of Gondor.
And we can draw the eye of our enemy. As long as we can hold his gaze, we can buy time for Middle-earth.
All right, our next artifact is located here at the southern Udun Pass. Here's a bit of our surroundings. It's up on top of this broken building.
The Grey Walker can't be as unnatural as yours. Must just be...
The Ranger's Cloak Clasp.
Lost point. Maybe so.
Derang was about to take the oath, to become a ranger.
He did not deserve such an evil end.
All right, guys. Well, that's all of the artifacts for the Blackgate region. If you guys have enjoyed this, please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more Middle-earth material. So I'll see you guys in the next one.